Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Autastic, your comedian's guide to autism, my favorite podcast about autism, if I'm honest. My name is Kirk Smith, and my co-host and buddy,
Graham K. Hello, everybody. Welcome back
Woo!
to another week of the Autastic Podcasts. I am one of your hosts, Graham K. That is Kirk Smith. We are two comedians. He's got an autistic son. I've got an autistic brother. But you guys already know that. That's just for newbies out there, which, you know, we still get them.
We still get them. People come in after episode 300. Why not?
We're still growing, baby. Is it 300 or 500? It's 300.
I think it's just 301. So, yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, we didn't. That's true. Yeah. I remember it was a milestone. We recorded the last episode.
And we forgot to mention it.
we didn't realize it, and then we were like posting, and then the aggregator, the whatever website we used to push it to iTunes and what have you, was like, "This is your 300th episode." We were like, "Whoa!"
Well, the way
it's a lot of episodes.
The way I figured it out was the Patreon. Yeah, I tried to number them in Patreon for those of you longtime listeners who support us on there for a couple bucks an episode. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, you can. Patreon.com/autastic, patreon.com/autastic. It is a safe and secure way to donate to this podcast. You can sign up for $1 an episode, which these days is not that much, folks. That's literally, we're doing like, what, 2-3 a month these days? So that's like $3 a month, folks. And we would appreciate you signing up to help us keep doing this. Takes time. We've got to, keep the pay for the online servers that shoot the RSS feeds. That's what it's called. That shoots it over to iTunes.
You sound like a scientist.
All that business. I'm a scientist. It was very hard for me to learn all this stuff. Yeah, took a lot of time to figure it out in the beginning, didn't it? But we're trucking along. We're a well-oiled, rusty machine. But yeah. How is JJ? You just had a call with JJ.
I did.
Your son.
We're a little behind schedule. Usually our calls at 2:00 every day, and he's a little bit behind, but it was good. It's good to hear from him. It's always good to when he's not the one that actually pushes the green button to make the phone call. So he's on a
right.
He's got an aide there with him. So sometimes he will the phone call will start or the video call will start halfway through whatever they're doing. So today, it pops up, JJ's calling. So, I click answer and I answer, hey, how you doing, son? And I hear,
right.
No. He's just saying no. So I don't know if he didn't want to call or if he's trying to, do something and they told him no. So then he parrots it back when he gets frustrated, but it was pretty funny. So
why is he saying no?
I don't know. It's funny
right.
because some of the aides are very interactive and are like, "Hey, we haven't heard about this." Right. They give me like an update, blah blah blah, and then some, they're a little camera shy and maybe they don't want to. I don't know, but they never say anything. And some of them don't really speak English. They kind of say a few words, but it's so they just like. They take that part of the job as, no, you turn it on, you face it in front of the boy, and then hang up after a while. So I'll be like, is he, I'll ask, and they don't answer, and he's just, but I can see them right off camera because he's trying to grab them or he's trying to like say he's trying to like, connect. Hey, he'll say something to him. So I'm guessing it was something about they wanted him to do the call before his snack or something like that. It's usually food related, if I'm completely honest.
Well, he's a typical man.
Food.
Yeah.
Quit grabbing me. Also, no more food. How about Peter? You also called Peter. How's he doing?
Peter's doing pretty well. Still a lot more calls since my parents are gone.
Yeah.
And they are in South Carolina. They are snowbirds, and he just completed his 59th day of his new job. He tells me every day the number. And tomorrow, he also told me we'll be 60. So that'll be the 60th day. And yeah, he's proud of himself. He went over to my aunt's house. My aunt is taking care of my parents' house. So actually, he went over to my parents' house on Sunday for dinner, and they had some sort of a meat. She's Slovakian,
Okay.
so he doesn't really know what it's called. But they had some sort of a meat and, some potatoes. And, her daughter, which is, she's a younger woman, and I think it's just fun for Peter to interact with them. I think he likes that.
Got it.
And he's good. We had a discussion about. So some of you may remember during Christmas, my parents bought him a Lego Star Wars helmet thing, and you have to put together this like helmet, and it's complicated. And my brother was like, it was more my parents' idea. They're trying to get him to do new stuff, and my brother was like, I don't want to do this, and so he threw it in a Salvation Army donation bin, and then he wrote an email about it, and my parents were like, my mom called him immediately and was like, you have to go try and fish it out. And he fished it out. He like stuck his hand in the Salvation Army bin and got the toy box back, which if anybody saw, he would have looked suspicious. And but he's got it back, and now he's got arrangements. His aunt on my mom's side, who he had just had dinner with, knows a neighbor who's gonna help him put it together because it's extra complicated. And I was like, well, you could wait for Dad when he comes back. And he's like, I don't think so. Because working with my dad is, my dad gets so frustrated. My poor dad had
a different
child with
generation.
autism, and me, who is, basically the same when I'm learning something. I have like ADD and ADHD, and I'm a nightmare. So it was
CBS.
just all growing up. My dad was just screaming at us, and so it's pretty frustrating for my brother to get to do anything with my dad like that. So he's just gonna wait for the neighbor, and if the neighbor can't do it, I'm gonna help him do it in the summer. And I tried to explain to my brother that sometimes you have to keep presents even if you don't like them, because throwing them out is insulting. It's kind of like how when he would buy me He-Man t-shirts and Spider-Man t-shirts for Christmas, I would leave them. I would actually hide them in my my parents' guest bedroom, and he would always find them. And he would get really insulted. And I explained to him that it's the same. So he was like, he was like, oh, okay, I get that. And he's like, but I won't do it, And then I was like, he's like, well, what do you want then? If you don't want that for next birthday and Christmas. And I was like, well, I'd like some socks maybe. And he was like, all right, well, I know where I can get He-Man socks. I'm like, no, I don't want He-Man socks. So it's the same problem, but it's a smaller garment, which is
it cuts to Graham in his living room with a lady, and he's taking off his socks. No, it's not what you think. These are my brother's socks. Oh, that's worse. You're stealing your poor brother's socks.
I'm just wearing a He-Man shirt and He-Man socks.
He-Man underwear. No, it's not what you think. It's
He-Man underwear. It's just.
It's embarrassing if I throw them away.
I used to. Yeah. All right. I would wear them for. I wear them. I still keep them because he finds them, and I use all. It's like years and years of He-Man, Spider-Man, Batman, Star Wars T-shirts, and I have like a footrest thing that I bought, but it was just the shell, and you have to stuff it with stuff, and it's called a poof. So it's just stuffed with T-shirts, with like 50 T-shirts over the years. I used to wear them to the gym, and people be like, "Cool shirt, man." All these nerds would come up to me. I'm like, "Get away from me! I don't know what this is."
Yeah, that'd be a great poof to take to a Comic-Con. You'd be very famous. You'd be very popular.
Oh yeah. This is a very expensive poof. sneak an Easter egg of
It's funny.
nerd culture. But yeah, so anyway, I kind of got through to him, and we'll see. I don't know. Brother's doing great. He's a little lonely with my parents. My parents are on vacation, and like I said last episode, it kind of makes me wonder what it's going to be like when they're gone. But you know, he doesn't realize it, but he really misses them. He misses the attention, and they call him once a week.
Yeah, it is
It was
funny.
interesting.
You know, it made me think about
Yeah.
These calls with JJ that I have. We do it every day. That
Yeah.
nobody loves you like your parents. It's just different.
Yeah,
It's just totally different.
totally.
Yeah, when
totally.
you can have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband or wife, but your parents, it's a different level of stuff that you put up with and that you're willing to put up with, and you're unequivocally still there, still willing to invest. In your parents' case, all their time and resources, and he'll never, take care of them in their old age. So it's just a different thing.
Yeah, and I'm somewhere close to my parents, but it can never be the same.
It's not quite the same, though.
Think so.
It's not quite the same,
Yeah. For sure, it's not. Like I will be there for him, but I will, do it begrudgingly.
Yeah, I guess that's the other part of it.
I'm kidding.
That your parents.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll do it begrudgingly, but you'll do it more out of duty, and they'll do it more out of love, or I don't know how to say it nicely, but it's just different.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I love my brother. I'm not saying I
No,
don't
that's
love my
not
brother.
that. You'll see. I think someday you'll have kids,
Yeah.
and you'll see it's just different. It's not better or worse. It's just very different. Yeah. Speaking of kids and people with autism being a father, see that segue I just did there? Woohoo!
Transition king.
There's a new movie that's coming out, or came out, that I'm really excited to see, The Whale with Brandon Fraser. And I didn't know this about him, but it was in all the newspapers today. It was in the USA Today, and then also, what was the other one? Two ones I said.
People Magazine.
People Magazine, but then also the Independent, the British Independent, which is kind of a serious newspaper. So I'm reading the Independent one because I feel like we do a lot of USA Today. Brandon Fraser says his son says his autistic son. Anyway, we'd say it the other way around. Has the most joy of anyone I know. The actor admitted he struggled to wrap his head around his son's diagnosis at the beginning. So this is, it's funny how you hear every once in a while you hear about these people that have kids with autism and that you did not, you didn't expect. I was talking to the owner of the Grizzly Pear here in Manhattan. It's a club that I'm going to perform at this Saturday, 10 p.m., doing my own show. Well, we're just...
Get your tickets,
Get
folks.
your tickets. He's kind of passing.
Where can they get tickets?
Grizzlypear.com. If you Google grizzlypear.com and my name, it'll come up the first hit. You can also find them on my Instagram, Kirk Smith Comedy. It's also on my Facebook, Kirk Smith Comedy. There's a tiny URL there that's Kirk Smith that you can click on. But
and it's grizzly, not bear, but pear, like the
pear fruit. Yes.
Yeah.
They've got two locations in New York City. I'm in the Midtown one off Broadway. But talking to the owner, and he goes, "Yeah, I have a son with autism." And it's just funny how you don't. I've known that guy, I don't know, 5 years. We've never talked about it. I don't know if he's seen those jokes I do about it. And then we were talking. He's like, "Yeah," and then he's like, "Oh, we're talking about different things." It's like, "Yeah, I'd like to read something about it." I was like, "Well, I wrote a book about it." You did. So it's funny how there's so many people touched by it that you interact with that you don't even, unless they bring it up, you have no way of knowing. So I didn't know Brandon Fraser had a son with autism. Did you know that? I'd never heard that. The kid's 20, so it's been going on for a long time. Anyway. Yeah. Back to this article. Brandon Fraser opened up about his son with autism and reflected on the joy and happiness it's brought him. In a recent appearance on the Howard Stern show, the Oscar nominee said he was crestfallen when he and his ex-wife, Alfton Smith, first received son Griffith's diagnosis when he was 22 or 24 months. Griffith said his first reaction was to try to, quote-unquote, fix the autism, but later decided he wouldn't have it any other way. The Whale star said that hearing the diagnosis was like being hit with a baseball bat in the back and the side of the head. And it isn't the way this isn't the way it's supposed to turn out. You blame yourself. You think my genealogy or, quote, I smoked weed in college. You start blaming yourself over the reasons why. However, Fraser expressed that his outlook on Griffin's autism has changed over the years. The kid has the most joy of anyone I know, and he happens to be related to me as my son, he said. I want to know...
By the way, there's no connection to smoking weed in high school. I'm pretty sure that was a joke.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was a joke, but I do think you question yourself if there's things you did that did it. Because my wife used to...
I mean, it's probably worse for you to drink Diet Coke than smoke weed in college. So
right. The new study is
could be
the Tylenol things. We all know this, but yeah, the Tylenol, we covered this in an episode. But yeah, you wonder if you did something that, that was a thing Lorena really struggled with, where you blame yourself if there's something you could have done differently. What if it did turn out to be Diet Coke? So you feel terrible. You're like, I wish I hadn't drank so many Diet Cokes.
Totally. Totally. Well, I just wanted to clarify that there's no
that was a good
out there saying that if you smoked weed.
That was a good fit. That was a good add-on. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
This kid has the most joy on board of anyone I know. There's joy on board. That's what it says. And he happens to be really interested. Okay. I want to know what he thinks is gut-bustingly funny all day long in a genuine way. He's cracking himself up. He loves to go for rides in the car. It doesn't matter where you're taking him. The George of the Jungle star shares Griffin, who is now 20, with Smith, along with their two other sons, Holden and Leon. Since their split in 2008, I paid more attention to my professional life than my personal one. That's just me. But when it comes to co-parenting, all bets are off between the former couple, Fraser says. Who cares what our problems are with each other? What does that matter? It's under the white flag, and we do everything and anything we can to support the boy's needs and his brother's. And that's what I was able to commit to in the most meaningful way. Last year, speaking to Interview Magazine, Fraser said that Griffin helped him connect with his character in The Whale. He also reflected on his son's autism and said that due to the beauty of the spectrum, Griffin knows nothing of irony. He doesn't know what cynicism is, he explained. You can't insult him. He can't insult you. He's the happiest person. And in my life and many others is also a manifestation of joy. That's it. You know what I'm going to say. What do you think, Graham?
Oh, come on, man. I do understand a few of those sentiments. Like there are some of those things are beautiful. It doesn't, the guy Griffin's it sounds like he's having a pretty good life. He's laughing a lot. He's surrounded by love. He can't be insulted. Peter can be insulted for sure, but this kid can't apparently.
Yeah, I think it doesn't really get into the details. It's more of a feel-goodish article, but I think he might be more severe than Peter. I'm guessing he's closer to JJ.
Yeah.
You would have a hard time
forget,
insulting JJ with irony.
No, but
I'll tell you that.
What's the new terminology? It's not higher or lower on the spectrum. Is it severe?
Yeah, I mean JJ's lower functioning or a higher case of severity. Yeah.
What's the new terminology? We're not supposed to say lower or higher anymore. Is it severe? We had an episode about this.
We did? I thought you were allowed to say he's severely. Oh wait, yeah. There is a thing. Hold on. How was it? Something like. Yeah. You're right. It was something like. How was that?
Something new every day. I don't know. We are just trying our best. Trying our best out here, folks. But
profound.
Anyway,
profound autism.
Profound. That was it. Hey, that was quick research, man. You should work for Joe Rogan. Be that guy on Joe Rogan. I'm
not that fast. I had to use my little brain. Profound autism. So JJ's is more profound. You would have a hard time, insulting JJ through irony. Yeah, he would not get that. If you dangled candy in front of him and then just kept taking it away, and you want this? No, you want this? No, you might be able to make him mad. But just insulting his clothes through irony or something, he's not going to care at all.
I think about that girl that in his special group that emailed him back saying, "Take me off this stupid email list. No one, I don't care about this." And then he wrote back. He wrote back, "Who cares what you think, you damn blasted woman?" He was really insulted that she didn't like his random emails about his new haircut or a new frying pan he bought.
And not only that, he not only did not take her off the email list, he sent her another email that said, "Who cares?"
Oh yeah, called her a damn blasted woman. Pretty harsh.
A little harsh.
But
although in New York City, I'm not even sure those are cuss words.
No, I have a sort of a similar example. Like I have a similar joke about it that I've been telling in my new hour about Peter, living with Peter growing up and how it affected my brain. But I do say that there is, I believe, a Darwinian reason why we have people with disabilities in our community. And if you're a religious person, a reason why God put people with disabilities in our community, it's because it brings people closer together. It makes the neurotypical people work together, and also it really weeds out the jerks. It shows you who the
it's kind of it's like a
patience,
selfishness
the
test.
bad guys are.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a selfishness test. And anyway.
Huh.
Yeah, but
that's a good point.
I always worry. Yeah, I always worry about what it means for especially parents, because I'm talking from a brother's perspective and what it means for parents. And I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee last weekend, and I had a man in his late 50s come up to me and say, "Hey, I just was coming to see a comedy show, and my son has autism," and he shook my hand. I was like, "How was that for you?" And he's like, "It was great. Loved it. And so felt great. It felt good.
Nice, man. You can do fart jokes next week.
Anyway, Kirk, what do you think?
I said you could do fart jokes next weekend. Don't worry. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I liked it. It makes me go back to the thing where you don't know what someone's going through. Back when his son was diagnosed was back during Brandon's movie star period, when he was quote unquote handsome and successful and whatever, and you just honestly just don't know what people are going through. And it's a good reminder. It's a good reminder.
He was in like George of the Jungle.
Yeah, George Jungle was like 6'3", he's ripped. He's very handsome, successful actor, multimillionaire. And so you make assumptions about, he's got everything. Yeah, I'm sure
Canadian.
Yeah, so not everything's going his way. I get it.
No, it's great.
He's Captain Canada. Captain Canada is kind of like Captain America. It's somehow bigger, but somehow less important. Joking.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing you.
It's kind of funny. No, that's a good one.
I just made that up. I don't think I could use it on the road in Canada.
No, it's
they might
pretty
be mad.
No, they'll laugh because that's funny. That might be the best joke I've ever told.
Really?
All
right, I'll write it down.
Slight insult. But no, that was a good one. Kirk, did we do
it? Guys, thank you so much. As always, we appreciate your support. You could add me on Facebook. If you're still on Facebook, if you're over the age of 30, don't lie to yourself. I know you're on Facebook. Click on a like for my Kirk Smith comedy. Share my videos. Add me on YouTube. My YouTube is Kirk Smith Comedy as well.
Yeah.
It really helps us.
If you
It's
watch,
hard to explain, but I've got a show this weekend.
It helps us a lot.
And it helps me be able to make a living in this business.
I'll explain it to you quickly. We need money. And Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, they pay us every time you watch our videos.
Eventually.
Half a cent or a cent or whatever. So, and then if it goes viral, then it becomes a significant amount of money that could actually pay our rent. So if you don't want to donate to the Patreon, that's totally fine. But if you're on Facebook, give our videos a little like.
Yeah.
And it helps the algorithm and YouTube. Yeah. He's at Kirk Smith Comedy. I'm at Graham K Comedy on YouTube and Mr. Graham K on the old Instagram, and just Graham K Comedy on Facebook. That's it. So yeah. Anyway, what do I got coming up? I got. I'll do my tour right now since I'm already talking.
Get into it.
I got Montreal coming up next weekend, folks, which is January 16, 17, and 18. I'll be at the Montreal Comedy Nest. Come check me out. I'll be doing my new Autism Hour. And then the following weekend, I am going to be in Houston, Texas, performing at the Riot on the 24th and the 25th of February. And you can get tickets at grahamk.com. There are links for the tickets there. I will also be doing my Autism Hour there. That's pretty much all I'm working on right now, trying to get that going. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, it's called the Poutine and Barbecue Tour. We're going to Montreal to Houston. Yum yum yum.
I like it.
Kirk, what you got coming up?
Just that this Friday, February 11th, is New York City. That's the first one. Then I've got Ottawa coming up this summer, but we'll plug those dates later. I think that's it, guys. We appreciate your support, as always. Couldn't do this without you. That's it. Have a great week, guys. You can do it.